Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Rocksteady and Bebop in their bunny suits from the 1987 cartoon line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from NECA Toys. Now both of these figures were exclusive to the most recent Lootcrate. Basically NECA had a deal with Lootcrate where they did 3 TMNT exclusive boxes and each one came with an exclusive NECA figure. The first one was based on the Mirage comics, so that had Shredder. The second one was based on the Turtles in Time video game, so that had the Electrocution Turtle. And then the last one had these guys. Now, technically, Rocksteady was the only one that was in that box. But if you bought all 3 crates at the same time, like pre-ordered at the same time, you got Bebop as kind of a bonus figure because they wanted to complete the set. Wouldn't really make sense to just have one of the guys in the bunny suit. You kind of have to have the duo. I mean, you know, they go together. So these are single-packed figures, but the packaging is very reminiscent of the Target exclusive 2-packs. You have that kind of green and yellow packaging with the pictures on the side over here. Looks really good. I like it a lot. And the other thing I like is on the back you get kind of a cross-section of all of the other cartoon Target exclusive packs. So you can see you have the Turtles with Shredder, Krang, and the Foot Soldiers, Rocksteady Bebop. You have April with the Foot Soldier, Casey with the Foot Soldier, Leatherhead and Slash, Splinter and Baxter, Zarek and Zork. Zarex and Zork, I think. Trag and Granitor, and then of course the Triceraton and the Roadkill Rodneys. And then you have the 3 Ultimates down here. I don't think the Ultimate Foot Soldier's out yet, but it should be fairly soon. So really cool packaging. I like these quite a bit. Bebop's is pretty much exactly the same, just obviously with pictures of Bebop instead of Rocksteady. So, but yeah, really cool packaging. I'm excited for these guys. Going to go ahead, get them out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here they are out of the packaging, and they are just absolutely absurd in the best way possible. They're the figures I didn't know I always wanted, if that makes any sense. Just having these two in these gigantic bunny outfits is just ridiculous, but it's super fun. Now, both bodies are exactly the same. The only thing you're getting different is the head. So it was very easy for them to make 2 of these, but I think it works. I really do. They come with all the same hand accessories and everything, but we'll go through that in a minute. They look great. I mean, both of the heads look fantastic. Rocksteady's face sculpt looks really nice. The bright yellow eyes look fantastic. You can kind of open and close his mouth a little bit. Not as much as the normal Bebop and Rocksteady figures, but you know, you can kind of open his. You can kind of open and close Bebop's a little bit better here than you can with Rocksteady. So it is what it is. But the head's on a swivel here. Now I think it's has a tiny little bit of front to back. Doesn't really, I guess it tilts a little bit side to side. I don't know. It's mostly just a swivel from side to side, honestly. It's kind of limited. Now, it kind of looks like there's some kind of joint underneath that, but I think what it is this kind of belly portion is a softer plastic, and so that's over top of whatever the frame is underneath here. So what looks like it could be a secondary neck joint is actually just the figure poking out from underneath the soft plastic, like belly portion, if that makes sense. You have a typical hinge in the shoulder, as well as a rotation. You have a bicep swivel there, which I don't want to say worries me, but that connection feels a little flimsy. Hopefully that will stay intact. You have a double jointed elbow, which is pretty tight. This joint, not so much. The top one's a little tight, but you can get it to go. And then, of course, you have a rotation and hinge at the wrist. And with all of these hands, you kind of have to pull the hand out and then manually move the wrist joint back and forth before you plug it back in. I feel like if you try to move the wrist joint just while it's still plugged in, you might break it off. Because I love NECA toys, I really do, but they love to paint the joints. I don't know anything about how toys are made, I'll be completely honest. So I don't know how easy or not easy it is to not paint the joints or get paint on the joints, but I notice it a lot with NECA's figures, and it makes sometimes, you know, you kind of have to break the paint a little bit to get the joint to move, and it can be a little scary at first. But once you get it done, and then they move perfectly fine, and, you know, they're nice figures, but sometimes just that first effort of kind of breaking that paint to get the joint to move can be a little nerve-wracking. But anyway, you have 2 hands there. I'll show you all the different combinations of hands that he does have. Is this just me, or is this like a Tony Stark Iron Man? He's even got the little repulsor spot in the fist there. I don't know what that's about. But in any case, you do have a thigh swivel as well as a hip joint that can go out to the side, and again, very tight. but you can go, I guess, about that far out. You can go pretty decently forward, pretty decently back, and then, like I said, you do have a thigh swivel there, just very tight on mine, so just going to take some time to kind of loosen those up and get them to move around. And again, because this is kind of the soft plastic here, you do just have to be careful sometimes when you're moving that thigh piece around that you can still, you know, fit underneath. Kind of the same thing I had with Krang's android body. Sometimes that piece would get kind of tucked and smushed under. You do have double jointed knees, as you can see. And these actually are pretty good. I think they're even better than the elbows. They don't really have so much trouble bending. Then you have a bend joint there in the ankle as well as side to side. And these giant feet are really well done. I will say that my favorite part of these, all the like lines they've drawn in to give you that kind of like, you know, definition, or in this case, like, you know, wrinkles in the suit. They've done a great job with that. Even to kind of, you know, accentuate the kind of tuft of fuzz. They've done a really good job bringing these into 3 dimensions. And I really like them a lot. I really, really do. You can see they each come with a basket of Easter eggs. Really nicely painted. Really nicely detailed. You can see the kind of like intricate detailing here on the basket weave. Really, really nice. And then he can hold these in this open hand. Just like that. So real quick before we move on to Bebop, I'll show you the accessories. They're very similar. Obviously you can see Bebop has a different basket of eggs, but it's the same mold. Actually, I guess the eggs are positioned a little... No, they're not. I just have it upside down. It is the exact same accessory, just painted differently. But that's cool. You know, they each have their own individual basket of eggs. Now let's get into the hands here. So they come with a set of these wider hands. I'm assuming this is for like grabbing the turtles, whether it's grabbing their legs, grabbing them around the throat. They're just kind of like menacing grabbing hands. So you can see I've got one here for Rocksteady. This full set is for Bebop, and then the other one for Rocksteady is right here. Now you can see, pretty sure these are exactly the same. So I'm pretty sure they come with the same sets of hands. They also each come with a pointer. I'm assuming this is for holding a weapon. Now obviously the weapon is not with this set, so if you have a blaster from a previous set, you could have them hold this kind of with the trigger finger. So they each have that exact same hand, and then they have closed fists. So closed fists are what they come with in the box, and you can see that I have one closed fist on Bebop. So here is the full closed fist set for Rocksteady, and then here's the other closed fist for Bebop. But again, let me get the other one. They're exactly the same. So you have a closed fist set, a open like grabbing hand set, and then you have a trigger finger hand. So you have, I guess, 5 per figure. They're the exact same 5 hands, just so you know. You could mix them and match them. I don't think there'd be any problem there. Not that you'd need to, but... you know, for some reason you wanted to give him 2 right hands, you could, I guess, because they're the exact same set of hands. So let's move on to Bebop. Basically, we're going to take a look at the head sculpt. Like I said, really love the glasses. You can open the mouth and close the mouth a little bit easier here. Otherwise, he's got the same articulation. Now, his head seems to move a little bit more fluidly, but again, not too much top to back, and rocking from side to side, not so much, but certainly a swivel. Otherwise, it's the exact same figure, the exact same articulation. You can swap the hands out the same. Everything's the same. I got to show off the little tail on the back. I kind of wish it was a big bushy white tail, but I guess it, you know, matches the underbelly, so I guess that makes sense. And you can kind of see with the 2 of them that their ears are in different positions, which I think is fun. So they just made 2 different head sculpts and then made the body twice. But like I said, I get it. I mean, there's really no reason for them to have 2 completely different bodies. You know, I think it makes sense. And I love the little Easter baskets. So I think this is a super fun set. I really, really do. Now at this point, if you're trying to track this down... Oh wait, I forgot. I'm so sorry. They have these little remote controls. I always forget about these because I don't know what these are for. But they each came with one. Now I'll be honest, I do not remember the episode that these guys were in. I very much remember this happening. But I don't remember the circumstances, and I don't remember the episode. But they each come with one of these little remotes. It looks like a remote to me, and it really looks like a garage door opener or something like that. So I don't know what these do, but they each have one. I guess technically you could put this in the blaster hand, although it doesn't really make sense considering you'd think you'd want to push one of those. So I guess he could kind of hold it in here. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess that would work. And then it kind of looks like he's going to press it with that finger. Maybe. So anyway, that's it for the accessories. Now, what I was trying to say before that, if you're trying to track these guys down now, I don't know if the loot crates are still available. If you go to lootcrate.com, I don't know if you can still buy these. I kind of feel like you probably cannot. So I would think eBay would probably be your only bet to get these. I mean, unless someone's like third-party selling them on Amazon or something like that, you could look around. But I think these guys are unfortunately going to be very sought after and very hard to get on the secondary market because, you know, they were exclusive to Loot Crate. I mean, I remember what happened to that Master Splinter from the movie crate they did years ago. Was it years ago? At least 2 years or so ago. I don't know. Time has no meaning anymore. In any case, they did a movie Splinter variant in the very first TMNT Loot Crate, and that thing is going for astronomical prices now. Pretty much all the Loot Crate exclusive figures end up being expensive because there's no other way to get them. So I would definitely look around if you really need to have these and you didn't get the Loot Crate. Check eBay and just kind of wait for a price that's fair to you. But I think they're a lot of fun. I really do. Like I said, they're the figures I never knew I always wanted. When I first heard them announced, like it's going to be Rocksteady and Bebop in a bunny suit, I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping it would be something more exciting. But now that I actually have them in hand, I really like them a lot. And I'm really glad that I have them. So I'm glad I didn't pass on them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.